Welcome to Config 2021. My name is Dylan Field, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Figma. I'm here live now from San Francisco, and wherever you are, whatever time it is for you, a huge welcome. Over the course of the past year, many of us have spent a lot of time alone. And if the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that we need each other. And that's why I'm so excited for all of us to be together as a community today. For a long time, togetherness wasn't the norm in design. People thought the design was a truly solo act. But what we've learned this past year more than ever before is that design is about varied experiences and diverse perspectives. It's about creative concepts, representative ideas, and powerful outcomes. Design is music, not monologue. It's an ensemble, not a solo act. Take jazz, for example. Jazz originated in Black communities in the United States, influenced by the beats and the rhythms of African music. It's not just a lead singer or a saxophonist or a pianist reading sheet music. Jazz is what happens when you jam together, layering rhythms upon textures, building on each other's unique talents and energies. And it's spontaneous. Maybe the pianist comes up with a new chord progression, which inspires a trumpet player to take it away with a solo. You improvise, you call and respond, playing notes with and to each other. It's a jam session. And if you think about your best work, it probably felt something like that. Layering, riffing, harmonizing, ideas sparking from anywhere, anyone. Because the truth is that great ideas have always been shaped this way. However, the myth of the lone genius is pervasive in our society. You likely associate iconic art, celebrated literature, scientific discovery, and technological progress with just a handful of names. Maybe you were taught that they're just the work of one. That's because we're told to look for the one signature at the bottom of a painting, the one author on the spine of a book, the one scientist behind a breakthrough, the one founder announcing a world-changing product. But what about the collaborators who stood with these artists, these scientists, these inventors, and pushed their work from imagination to reality? The thought partners, the assistants, the support systems. It's very convenient to remember one name, one protagonist, but in reality, it is about creative constellations, iconic duos, unexpected collaborators, and hidden figures that have always been instrumental in shaping the seedling of an idea into a life-changing discovery or work of art. Because nothing great is made alone. Today, we're going to share some of the new ways that we hope to bring you and your teammates together at every stage of the design process, so that more ideas are heard and represented, more teammates feel connected and empowered to contribute, and collaboration becomes much, much more than simply co-editing in one file. We partnered with one of our favorite customers, Netflix, to demo these new features. And we're going to show them all to you through the Hawkins design system, a cinematic design system that powers much of Netflix's global product ecosystem. Netflix has a 4-person design systems team focused on maintaining and evolving Hawkins. But this group of 4 people, they didn't create this system alone. There are 120 designers that also contribute, all of whom influence the Hawkins design system. So, for our first announcement, we know managing contributions to a design system that many others rely on is challenging, and sometimes it's even a little bit scary. The impact of unintended changes can have a rippling effect across several streams of work. So, to better enable teams to collaborate as they grow and they scale, today we're introducing branching to our organization plan. Let's take a look. I'm going to jump into this file, which is the Hawkins design system. And here you can see the system. I can explore new ideas, or I can propose some changes by creating a branch of this file. And I can do that by just clicking here and pressing Create Branch. So I'll call this a new card and press Create. As I do that, you can see This loads, and now it's echoed at the top and says new card in the branch. Now that I'm in the branch, I can make some changes. So maybe I'll take these new cards that I have prepared for me here, and I'll copy and paste them into this branch. So I'm going to do that, and you can see that actually Priya is in the branch with me because all of the magic of multiplayer, it still maintains in the branch, which makes it super easy to then be able to make changes later on, and also to not have to do complex operations like rebasing in order to promote your branch to the main branch. So I can see that Priya has added this rent on VHS button to Stranger Things. I will actually take that out. I'm going to put it here instead, and then I will, things are feeling pretty good now, and so I'm going to merge these changes back to the main file. So I will press Review and Merge Changes. And now the main file is only impacted when a branch is merged, making this branch a safe space for exploring ideas and making suggestions. So the published design system is preserved until we're ready to publish the changes. And if I press Merge here, you'll see that our main branch has now been updated with everything we changed. We can now publish if we so choose. Beyond democratizing contribution to your design system, branches make room for inspired tangents and trains of thought so your team can capture every idea. Branching and merging is an organization feature, and it's available in beta. Teams can sign up to get access starting today. The second announcement we have today is the new Figma mobile application. Many of you use Figma's existing Mirror app, and you know that it's, well, it's not always reliable. So first and foremost, we wanted to fix Figma Mirror. With this new Mirror app, I can easily and reliably mirror frames I'm designing and see updates in real time. Let's take a look. So now if I go into my file, I can actually select a frame. When I do that, I can just press Begin Mirroring. And you'll see that right away, whatever I select is showing up on my phone. Super simple. This is even more reliable before, and it's available on Android and iOS. Now I can exit Mirror, because the new app is not just for mirroring, it's also to make it so that designers can access and view designs from anywhere. I'm going to now browse through my organization to find the file that I want. So I can, from here, I can see my recents. I can also press Browse. I can go to search for things. But in this case, I'm going to go to Config 2021 and Keynote. And I'm going to go into the detailed flow that I was just in. And here, you can see that I have access to the entire file. I can pan, I can zoom, and move around in order to make it so that I can really start to see this file, not just when I have it open in the browser. I can also play realistic prototypes. So I'll just tap on the bottom toolbar, this play icon, to open up a prototype. And now that it loads, you can see this is a totally realistic prototype. I can get my tap targets. I can scroll easily. I'm able to navigate around. In this case, I'll search for Stranger Things. And as I do that, everything is updating live. Now, not only that, but I can also go to my computer, and I can follow myself. So this is an excellent way to make it so that you can be able to observe what someone's doing on a phone with a prototype on your machine, which is great for user testing. And we think that this is going to be extremely useful as people try to get more granularity and more feedback on their prototypes. So now we have one app for both mobile design work and on-the-go prototype playback and sharing. This new mobile app is the result of Figma's last acquisition, Flight Labs, a team of ex-Apple and native engineers. We're really excited for the future of native at Figma. We'll be posting the links for up to 10,000 people to download the iOS and Android apps in the chat at the end of the keynote. Branching and the new mobile app will give teams new ways to contribute to and share designs. But we also know that you want to work with more people. Today's third announcement is a 10x increase in the number of collaborators that you can use multiplayer with. We're moving from 50 simultaneous editors to 500, 100 editors and 400 viewers. This is going to help with large design presentations, workshops, and classroom settings. All right, so let's recap. So far, we've announced 3 things. First, branching and merging. Second, a new mobile app. Third, increased multiplayer limits. But we're not done yet. Hang in there because, in fact, our biggest news is still ahead. Today, almost 9 years after starting Figma, we're announcing our second product, FigJam. Since the beginning, people have used Figma to brainstorm, whiteboard, and to diagram. They've treated Figma almost like a physical space to gather, an infinite canvas for free-form expression. And over the past year, we've asked, how can we help teams connect and also have fun together in early stages of the design process? This is the foundation for our new whiteboarding product, FigJam. So let's hop in. This is FigJam. With FigJam, we want to create the best experience for teams to play, enter flow state, and be creative together. It's a space where anyone can pop in and contribute ideas. Here we can see an in-progress brainstorm with a mix of ideas, notes, and screens. So it's incredibly easy for me to just add to this brainstorm. For example, the top line says, how can we highlight the top shows of 2020 to viewers, going with the Netflix theme? So I can just grab a sticky note here. And how about we do a very 2005 idea for this? I will add in use machine learning to make recommendations. Great idea. Everyone remember the Netflix challenge? That was super cool. All right, so now I'll take the marker. And with this, I can use this marker to quickly annotate or connect ideas together. So I'll draw a circle around my idea. And Marie Kondo, that was definitely what I was getting recommended over quarantine. So I'm going to just draw an arrow towards there. And Tiger King, not for me. I don't know if you remember that part of quarantine, but it was not my jam. So I'm going to X that one out. When brainstorming as a team, building upon and reacting to other people's ideas is just as important as contributing your own. So we've made it really easy to vote and express yourself in FigJam. If I go into the stamp tool here, you'll see a bunch of great defaults that I can use for stamping on the canvas, including my avatar. So I'll take my avatar here, and I'll vote on some of the ideas that I really like. For example, we can also feature films that were up for awards this year. I like that idea. Or maybe I really like this idea, so I'm going to click and hold in order to proportionally show how much I like it. In addition to stamps, you can also have a great set of default stickers in FigJam. So I'll go find some good stickers here. And I'm going to use this magic sticker to annotate something else. Or, in addition to that, I can actually jump into a Netflix library that they've actually custom defined and use this nice sticker, which I'm told is used quite a lot in Netflix brainstorms. And with that, it's really useful to be able to actually use those shared components that you have already defined in Figma in FigJam. So not only can you use stickers, but you can also use more complex components. For example, one of the components we've made really relies on auto layout. So I'm going to go back into here, and I will use this agenda component. And this component is using auto layout. So as I change the text, the vertical spacing will dynamically update. So I can easily see that the spacing is updated here as I add new lines or remove them. What we're really trying to do is to abstract the messy parts, the hard parts of your design system for potentially people that you're bringing in that are maybe not familiar with auto layout or advanced concepts like this. That way you can bring your entire team in to brainstorm and ideate with you in FigJam and get to that flow state. But more than anything else, we really just want to bring joy to your work with FigJam. So we've leveraged the magic of multiplayer to make group activities like brainstorms, retros, crits, and workshops more fun. So one thing I can do is I can start to look at what everyone else is what's going on in this canvas. There's a lot going on, but one of the things I really like is Emily has been drawing this pretty cool picture of, I think, Tiger King. So I can switch over to my emote view, and I can start to give Emily some fire here to show how much I appreciate that. Or maybe I just want to show Sawyer that I see what he's up to too, so I'll give him some eyes. And what we're trying to do is to kind of create this gradation of ways to interact with people. So maybe you first enter the FigJam space, and you see that people are doing things in there and you want to say hi. Then you give them some emotes. Next, what you might want to do is actually start typing in cursor chat. So maybe I say to Annie, hi, what do you think of, of these ideas? Annie says, hi. Just hi. Okay, that'll work. Oh, she says, I love them. Great. One thing that's cool about cursor chat is that it shows up right away on the canvas, so quick thoughts can be addressed immediately. And I think that this is important because everyone has that experience of being in a Zoom call and they presented work, but the chat is happening in a different space, and so you don't actually see what people are saying and until after you've already ended the presentation of your work. And so by being able to see what's happening right away is extremely useful, and you can be much more dynamic. But FigJam can be used for a lot more than just brainstorms. We've really tried to make that the multiplayer use case, but the single player use case is for systems thinkers. So if I go into this user flow diagram, you can see how we've made this. And early in the design process, you really need a way to map out user flows, diagrams, as well as system processes and underlying architectures. That's why we've made it really easy to diagram in FigJam. So I can, this is a diagram that's showing the Netflix search experience. And if I want to complete this diagram, I can finish the search flow by adding a series detail page. So I'll insert a rectangle, I'll change this to a header, and I'll say detail view. And I'll connect my detail view to the other rectangle. And as I move this around now, the arrows will automatically update. Earlier, I showed you how you can use the components from your team library to insert into your designs as well. And I can also do that for diagrams. So teams can use any library. For example, I'll just pull in this one right here, any component to bring in. And what I can do is I can now update the text. So I'll put in Stranger Things, for example. And I will, again, use my connector to connect that up. And now I can also, if I want to, it's not just for published components, but I can also copy and paste frames directly from Figma to FigJam. So if I want to go to back to my design system here, I can copy and I can paste into this frame. There we go. So I'm feeling pretty good about this flow, but I kind of want to talk it over my team. So I'm going to join the audio chat because as part of config today, we are also introducing audio calls in Figma. So I guess click here to join the call. Hey, Jesse, you there?
Hey, what's up, Dylan?
Not much, just, keynoting. Happy config. Happy FigJam launching.
Thank you.
What do you think of this flow? You think it looks good?
I think it looks great. Let's build it out.
All right. Thanks, Jesse. So I'm feeling pretty good now, so I'm actually going to do one last thing, which is I just kind of want a high five. The elbows, they're great and all, but there's something about that feeling. So Emily, what do you think? It feels really good. I'm going to do it one more time. We've just tried to make it so that FigJam is a really fun and joyful place to be able to be with your team. So now that we're good, I can now copy and paste from FigJam to Figma in order to build out the high fidelity experience. So I'm going to go back to my mobile components, or actually I'll do detailed flow, and I'll paste in order to complete that work. And actually, I see that Brock is in this call as well. Hey, Brock, what's up?
Hey, Dylan. You forgot to mention that we have audio in Figma now, too.
Good point. Thanks, Brock. Brock's point is very valid. So we actually not only launching audio in FigJam, we're also launching audio in Figma, too. I think that audio is something that might be used, just like we were showing off right now, in terms of these small, quick conversations. But also, for what it's worth, I've run entire staff meetings in multi-hour staff meetings in FigJam. We really see it as a space people can come together, and those audio calls can last for quite a long time, too. Over the past few months, we've seen teams like Stripe, Netflix, Salesforce, Discord, Twitch, and more use FigJam to brainstorm together more seamlessly and to have a lot more fun while doing it. Our team is rolling out the FigJam beta to you all as we speak, so everyone should have access at the end of today. During this beta, we would love for all of you to be able to use it and tell us what you think. Help us make FigJam the best place for you to jam with your team. FigJam is going to be free for the entirety of 2021. We are in beta and we want to build with the community. In early 2022, we will be offering both free and paid versions of FigJam. All right, so last but not least, a year ago at Config, we announced the Figma community. Over the last year, it's been absolutely incredible to see what all of you have created and shared. Figma would not be Figma without all of your contributions. Today, we're bringing Figma community out of beta, and we're making it possible for anyone to publish Figma and FigJam files. To help you get started, you'll be able to find curated FigJam templates made by the Figma team and the community starting today. Okay, so one final recap of everything we just announced, because it was a lot. Today, that you can try immediately, rolling out today, is FigJam, new multiplayer limits, and also the Figma community is available for everyone. Coming soon, mobile on iOS and Android, branching and merging, as well as audio. Of course, I did not do this alone. Thank you so much to all of the amazing Figmates and everyone else involved for making today and tomorrow possible. Most of all, we wouldn't be anything without our amazing community. You all inspire me every day to make Figma better for you. That's a wrap for me. And I just can't wait to hear your feedback on everything that we just launched. We have some amazing talks lined up, so I hope to see you there.